welcome back to another edition of the John Wayne Surge Protector Podcast, a 60/40 production. I'm Eric Halsey.
I'm Alex Midway, and I start this episode with a heavy heart, and your boy went to the doctors a while back, and I'm pre-diabetes.
Ooh.
Yeah, looks like I need a lot more salad in my life.
So is this like real pre-diabetic, or is this clearing me out for insurance to cover my Ozempic?
No, this is, just a battery test. I went to the VA to get a bunch of stuff looked at, and one of the things they looked at is apparently that. And in standard VA fashion, I went there about a month ago. And then they called me a week after I did my blood work, and I was on a golf course. And she's like, "Hey, it's a good time to talk." I'm like, "No, I'm like 6 beers in." She's like, "Oh, I could call you back tonight." I'm like, "That works." Never heard back from that woman again. And so then I started emailing the actual VA, and I emailed them once. 3 days later, no response. Email them again, and then email them again. And then I check it, and I think the last time I emailed them was on the 17th. And they looked at the first message I sent them, and the next two messages, they never looked at them. But today I finally got something from the doctor. I'm like, "Hey, man, you went into everything."
The pre-diabetic, huh?
So they said, like, the cutoff, like, I think it's hemoglobin A1C is what they measure. And he's like, "Listen, he's like, you were at 5.5%. Like, he's like, this is good." So then I went ahead and Googled hemoglobin A1C, and it was like, up to 5.7, you're good. It was like 5.8 to 6 point something else. It's like, that's pre-diabetic. I'm like, God, I'm 0.2% away from pre-diabetic. I'm like, granted, eating all these Kinder Eggs probably didn't help the process, and I kind of knew this was coming, but yeah, it kind of really brought it in a front frame, so to speak.
Yeah, for as long as I've known you here in our adult life, you've always been fairly health conscious as far as your diet goes, but your Achilles heel, that sweet tooth of yours. Watching you and that we went to Vegas years ago, and I watched your boy over here go absolute bonkers on a dessert buffet. Yeah, you remember those cheesecakes in a shot glass?
Still have one of those little shot glasses in my house.
Yeah, when your sweet tooth hits, it's like, yeah, when your sweet tooth hits, it's like heroin. You're like, the dragon I needed.
I mean, it was all great when I was still running, but your boy's an invalid now, so slowly getting back into that, not nearly offsetting all the garbage I put into my body.
Well, I'm didn't think it would take this long, but I'm hoping, as I'm trimming down for this wedding, that now you become the fat one, and maybe all of your hair falls out and mine starts growing back.
Oh, you mother effer. You know what happens every time you try to millhouse me. I'm going to check in with you tomorrow, because karma is like a rubber band to your groin every time you wish hatred in my general direction.
Yeah, in 2 months, you're going to be like, "Hey, check it out. I stopped eating Kinder Eggs and now I have abs." I'm going to be like, now I'm getting bald patches in my back hair.
You know what a 12-pack is? I have one in my stomach.
Yeah, exactly.
So, speaking of all that fun stuff, let's kick this thing off, and with Who Said It? And this one, again, a lot of these are going to be layups. It was Aussie boys were on a bender. Donald Trump is a sex offender. Who sang it other than me? And, who originally produced this little ditty? And what was it a reference to?
That would be Australia fans getting a little rambunctious over here on their vacation to the States. And I'm all for it. And he does not like that at all.
And it's the perfect song to sing. It's like, if you're on a bender, like, there's only so many words we're going to remember. Like, Donald Trump is a sex offender. Like, they all make sense. They rhyme. Like, it's tough to forget that one, even as you're blacking out.
Yeah, I saw somewhere where I think it was maybe after the first game, they were just like, "Australia's going to be a problem, guys. Australia's going to be a problem." And now they're yelling at Fox and Peacock to, like, you need to, mute the crowd sounds.
Just pumping fake cheers and a bunch of, put a MAGA hat on everyone.
Yeah, it's Nigeria and Ireland, and all you hear is nothing but USA chants for 2 hours straight.
So right before we came on, I was actually watching the Ghana and the UK game, and I punched out on it, and pretty much we're starting this thing. But they had one guy walk in there. What's his name? I just Googled it. Marcus Rashford. If you want to Google this, it's Rash, like the kind you get after a night out of town, for like the one that makes a Mustang. And this dude came into the game, and this mother effer looks exactly like Keon Coleman, but a lot more athletic and able to make all kinds of plays.
Maybe it is Keon Coleman, since they're using their hands as just the same amount.
Like this dude, like as soon as he came in, it was like 8 minutes left in regulations, and all you would hear was this man's name. Like, this is completely different from a Buffalo Bills game.
Well, you know what? Looks like they tied at a 0-0. So once again, America just racking up W's and everyone else falling short.
Yeah, it was a good finish. Like, kudos to Ghana's goaltender. That man was working overtime because they were just lining up hits on him repeatedly. The dude on the English side was taking a nap.
Well, that's how you know you have a high-powered offense, when your goalie smokes.
Yeah. So let's continue this on. We got a little bit of an episode here, and I believe we are off on Thursday, possibly next week. So let's run through it all. This is our weekend episode, and Tesla was 401 on Tuesday. It was 405 yesterday, and they were talking about a SpaceX merger, and also something that hit the news is Tesla faces a federal probe after a Model 3 slams into a Texas house, killing a 76-year-old. So today, that stock went to about 381, so it's nice to see that murder still counts for something in this country.
I'm saying it jumps all the way back tomorrow, and somehow this investigation kind of comes up. I don't know. We're moving past this.
Yeah. President Trump tweets, "It's now a time to heal," and Tesla goes all the way up with everything approved.
Yeah, let's not make this political, guys. No problem found here.
So 175 is what we told you Tesla was on Tuesday, and yesterday it dropped down to $1.54, and it's sitting at about $1.56, and for a little bit of time it even dropped down below the initial $1.50, so it's kind of stabilizing and heading in the direction where it should be at about $40 a share. But it is what it is. It's we'll see what happens about.
Yep, they're going to link all our 401ks to this in a couple months, despite it not really having a profit margin. Yeah, we're the ones making Elon a trillionaire. So that feels great.
So they'll do it right before the biggest drop in SpaceX.
Oh yeah. And then he's just going to peace out on it, taking real dollars away.
Yeah, so let's get over to Ukraine. We got a couple updates on Honey Badgerstan, and let's start off with the bad stuff. Zelensky's actually returning an order of the White Eagle to Poland. And he's doing it a day before they said that they're going to take it away, so he's kind of beating him to the punch on it. And this was, I will not understand this. Zelensky made another unit, a Ukrainian unit, and they called it the Ukrainian Insurgent Army. And they did it in reference to another unit that operated during WW2. And this unit, it went against the Soviets, and it also went against the Nazis. But it also went against a whole slew of Polish civilians. So I don't know why you would make a unit with a name that has such a bad history, especially when Poland is one of your biggest friends, and you're like, yeah, let's do this. Like, I don't know, make another unit called the Order of a White Eagle, because that sounds like an awesome award. Maybe give them a little homage, so to speak, but don't name it after somebody who killed a bunch of Polish people.
Yeah, well, also, Zelensky's been racking up big W's here since we started this thing. This seems like his first L, and it kind of seems like a little bonehead move. Because we're super biased, I'm choosing to give him a little bit of grace on this one. You've got a bunch of stuff you've been juggling for years now. Eventually something's going to slip past the goalie. So I'm going to say no harm, no foul. Get over it, Poland.
Yeah, you trust the process when there's a history of wins. It's you don't trust the process when it's just been nothing but L's. When Putin tells you everything is fine, you're like, I don't know, buddy. I don't think we're heading in the right direction. But yeah, this is definitely a slip up by Zelensky, and he might have his nuts may have been very engorged, because he came out at Lukashenko in Belarus. He's like, you guys should probably take down those transmission towers, and a safe amount of time to take them down is probably about a week. And Lukashenko took those things down in 3 days.
Well, you know what? Glad he's not letting this faux pas of his ruin his swagger, because yeah, that's it's coming, boys.
So now that we got past the bad stuff, again, Zelensky just putting out a bunch of hits. And one of the things they started doing is started blowing up oil facilities in Crimea and Krasnodar region. Krasnodar is a little bit east of Crimea, and Crimea used to be Ukrainian land. And they're kind of turning a lot of the Russians very eco-friendly, as a lot of them are going to be biking to work because they're no longer selling fuel to just the regular people. And Russia's been making these videos like oil, like it was legit like a music video. They're like, oil is what moves us. They're all dancing around, just spraying oil at each other. It looked like something Sacha Baron Cohen like directed, but like they're blowing up all these refineries down there. Like the one in Moscow blew up, and with the election coming up, it's going to be hard to like support United Russia without cheating a whole lot more.
Well, he is the incumbent coming off like a what, 99% of the vote went to him somehow, some way, to pay no attention to the man with the guns.
Every year, it's always like in the 90s, like, bro, I could poll people who like chocolate and puppies and get a less of a percentage. Like, that's my litmus test. If I ask someone like an answer and they answer higher than people who like chocolate and puppies, like that's a lot.
Yep. And if you don't like puppies, you're probably a sociopath, and we have no use for you here.
You vote for Putin.
Yeah, you vote for Putin. You get to be Russian now.
So one of the cool things about this, it kind of came out, it's the whole thing is like Russia's got a bunch of war bloggers, and they have like, we have our Alex Jones, and they have a bunch of like 40 Timu Alex Jones. And there's one guy named Fighterbomber, and he posted up that the fuel had made it to Crimea. Like, they do a lot of these things for clout, and they just try to, like, be very, I don't know, informative. They're like, yeah, I know all the inside stuff. And he's like, yeah, fuel made it into Crimea, and this is where it's at. And what do you think happened next?
I'm going to say somebody took this information that wasn't public yet and did something cool with it.
Yes. So the Ukrainians are known for like running honeypot schemes. Like they would create fake female accounts on Tinder and like match with Russian soldiers. They just monitor all that they're saying. Like anything is intelligence data. And when this guy put up, he's like, yeah, fuel trucks have made it to here, here, and here. I said, cool. Our drones are going here, here, and here. And they went ahead and they launched them. And the thing about it is, like, Ukraine has a sense of humor. Do you know the Michael Scott, like, the handshake meme when he's standing there, like, old jacked up hair? And he's yeah. They put him, like, they put Fighterbomber. They put the picture of that on Michael, and they put the Ukrainian drone service under the big guy on top. And he's getting lit up online by other, like, military bloggers. They're like, what the F are you doing? Like, why are you mentioning this stuff?
I'm sure everybody. It sounds like Russia's like pretty understanding with hiccups like that. So I don't think this guy needs to worry about open windows or elevator shafts, right?
Yeah, Putin just moved into a high rise. Like, oh, thanks, Vlad. Like, what the hell? He's like, I'm on the top floor. He's like, yes. He's like, elevator is sometimes out. He's like, I'm getting a lot more deadbolts if I'm staying here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So because we're not here Thursday, maybe Tuesday, I'll go ahead and just read the future here. RIP to that guy.
Yeah. He is definitely not going to make it there.
Nope. Never to be heard from again.
So let's get into all politics is local. And I think in Arizona we have primaries, or it's coming up later, but are you going to vote?
Yeah, of course I'm going to vote.
That should be the answer every time. I never understood when Colin Kaepernick got on his soapbox and then he's like, I also don't vote. Like, you can't complain about the current situation if you have done absolutely nothing to change it, other than start a Twitter poll.
So from what I gathered from Black Twitter back then, it's more of you Democrats take the black vote for granted, and we're not voting until like you actually do something for us, which I understand. However, when the other side, like that, all that not voting just helps Republicans. And guess what? They are actively working against you. So at some point, there does become like a lesser evil. Are they getting screwed either way? Of course. But like, one side's a punch in the mouth, the other one's a shot to the belly. Like, come on. I
do get it. It's like the Democrats did really expect just the black vote as just a gimme putt. But when you're spiting people by not voting, and then you realize that after the Voting Rights Act gets neutered by the Supreme Court, and then Louisiana goes and makes one district a predominantly black district when half the state is like, one third of the state is. I don't get it.
Yeah, it really seems like a cut your nose off to spite your face type of situation. Like not that there's not a legitimate beef there, but yeah, I'd rather that'd be like us saying like I rather Iran just start attacking us stateside just to prove Trump's a moron. Like no, we don't want that. That would be terrible for Americans. You know?
Are we talking any about Iran deal today?
I think we more or less covered it Thursday when it already started falling apart before it ever got signed.
Oh, dude, what's it called? Another thing came out today, and Iran said, like, yeah, man, there's nothing in here about our missile development. Like, what the F do we get out of this deal? It's like, we're going to open up a strait, and for 60 days on your trial period, you don't have to pay, like, Hormuz Plus. Like, you get the trial period, and after that, it's a monthly bill.
And funnier than that, they were like, P.S., all of this ceasefire counts for Lebanon too. The second anything happens over there, peace is no longer a thing. And which is pretty much saying, go control Israel. And, best of luck with that.
So, a buddy of mine did mention it to me the other day, and he's like, hey, man, last time Trump tried to get out of this war, surprisingly, a bunch of things on Epstein and him came out, and people thought it was Israel. I was like, he's trying to get out of this war again. I was like, there's going to be some new drops coming out.
Buddy, I don't think any of it really matters until the videos start becoming available online.
Do you think his supporters are going to care?
I think, so what, he's at like 30% approval right now. I think a video of him molesting somebody, like topless 9-year-old girl kind of thing, like something that there's no way to gymnastic your way out of it. I think he loses another 5% of his followers. But the other 25%, oh, yeah, no, they're not going to.
I was going to say he loses 3% even if he looks into the camera and says, I am Donald Justice Trump. And, like, he holds up his social security card and driver's license mid-thrust. Like, I think the 30% that's still in there are the fanatical ones.
I think you can still lose a couple there, but the go-hards will be like, we don't know. It could have been consensual. Like, there's going to be something. And that's how you know you're in a cult.
He's not a perfect man, but neither was Jesus. Like, we're making this assumption after, like, Jesus never had a video of him come out like this. Like, yeah, but he also made mistakes. And Joe Biden, like, oh, come on.
I just hope if a video ever pops up, I will immediately be running to Hunter Biden's Twitter profile. He's going to have a field day and win the whole internet.
There was one thing. They were interviewing Trump, and God, I should have had this queued up. They were asking him about something. He's like, here it is. He's like, in April, you said you had a guy who was going to do the reflecting pool renovations in a week for about $1 million. It's been 2 months, 16 million. Trump. Okay, ready? Barack Hussein Obama. Have you heard of him? I'm like, what do you have to do with that?
Well, just never admit you're wrong. Always have someone else you can roll under the bus, whether it makes sense or not. It doesn't matter.
Like, either he's a lazy idiot or he did the entire pool thing. Like, which one is it? He was in Chicago opening up a library.
Yeah, it's kind of like how a Sleepy Joe running the Biden crime family. Like, it doesn't matter if the insults don't actually work with each other or make sense. That's critical thinking, which makes you gay.
Like, he was asleep at the wheel the entire time. That's why I need 6 million executive orders to undo all of his policies. Like, they can't both be true.
Well, like I said, when you're not critical thinking about it, like, was 1 + 2 = 3? You're like, nuh-uh, because Jesus wouldn't allow it. Like, all right, these people aren't into logic.
Gotta check Truth Social, see what I'm supposed to think. Like, there it is.
I know what I like, and I like what I know. Like, all right, fair enough. On your, have fun at your Klan rally.
So one thing that's happening with all the primaries going on everywhere, we're going to see how much people are actually going to kick back against this whole thing. And right now, I think in the primaries is before we have our American-based brown shirts at the polls, which is the ICE department. So people are still voting. But Janice Lewis George, a Democratic socialist who has promised an aggressive approach to United States President Trump, is on track to become the next mayor of Washington, D.C. Things are going great for her because the other Democrats already dropped out and there is no Republican challenger. And Trump really hates this woman, and he said like he would take back Washington and run it on a federal basis. And I don't know if I want the guy who can't like win a war in Iran and then can't code a pool to run DC as a whole.
Well, all I know is it should be a fun fight. It should be a fun fight. This will be great because if I listen to somebody chime in on this, where they're like, if you start making like to go like we need this federally run, all the reasoning you have to give because of it is all leads into like, well, it sounds like it should be its own state then, which is like a Republican's worst nightmare. Because it won't be a battleground one.
Yeah, no, it's kind of like some states like here, like Vermont and everything else. But did you hear about his endorsements? And one of his so he's been endorsing people, and some are getting beat up at the polls, and some are killing it. But I think it's like in South Carolina, like he endorsed one guy. That dude lost. He's like, oh, somebody endorsed for two going against each other. Like he endorsed both sides. Like he's like, I'm bound to win on this one.
Yeah, I did see him. They're like, you endorse this person. And you're like, yeah, great guy, great guy. And like, well, he just lost. And it was like, honestly, I've never really met him once before, but I do like these other two fellas. And like, God, he just cannot stop himself.
Again, he's got a free pass. Like, I blame the Supreme Court for giving Grandpa a pass to do anything, and then being surprised when Grandpa does anything.
Yeah, can't wait till they all end up impeached when President Newsom finally takes the reins.
Again, can't. But in the meantime, before we figure out that he's not leaving, if this woman wins, it would make her the first member of the Democratic Socialists of America, on which Mayor Mamdani, the mayor of Mamdanistan, and Congress member Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez also belong to. And she would be leading D.C. And this kind of got me wondering, like the whole endorsement from Trump to a bunch of Republicans was like the seal of approval, so to speak. Like, is Mamdani like the new power broker? Be like, hey man, take a look at what I'm doing, and if I endorse you, like, is that a guaranteed like shoo-in you're gonna win?
I think if we're thinking critically about it, yes, it absolutely should. The turnaround he's done on New York City, which in catastrophic economically, and they're in the whole $12 billion, and like what 500 or less than a year, like he balanced their budget, he's filling potholes, he's doing all these things that people love, to the point where Fox News was told, do not talk about him, because even our viewers are like, oh, it does look like it does work.
Yeah, like your Vietnam grandpa was like predominantly like, oh, I hate communism, and then he starts hearing about Mamdani, like, oh, communist, and he's like, what's he doing up there in New York City? Is there Sharia law? I was like, no, not at all. He's like, what the hell? He's like, he's also not talking about Israel. He's like, what the hell? He's like, and potholes are being fixed, trains are running on time, and the Knicks just won. Like, what's the Dewey Cox where he walks in? He's like, you don't want none of this, Dewey. He's like, well, I don't want to waste all my money on it. He's like, it's the cheapest drug you can buy. He's like, well, I don't want to get addicted. He's like, it's not habit form. He's like, kind of want some of your marijuana.
Yeah, and that's the other thing helping Mamdani is the economy is in the toilet, and he still somehow found $12 billion in New York to just clear everything. Like, the guy's magic. He's a genie.
And effing crime has gone down because people, surprise, surprise, don't want to shoot each other when the government cares about them and there's things to take care of them. Like, they thought like this whole place was just going to be burning. Like, yeah, they burned a couple cars, but that's only because the Knicks effing won.
Yeah, no, and if your sports team hasn't won a championship in 40 years and finally does, I'm willing to give you up to like 5 deaths on the riot / celebration.
Yeah.
And they haven't had one.
I mean, it's honestly, like, I don't know how you can talk bad about Mamdani, but as far as things going up and up, that New York City's happening. DC's kind of falling down, and apparently our crime is up because vandals are out there messing up a swimming pool. And it's not talking about vandals who took $14 million of our money and put an iconic Shrek swamp in there. But like now he's saying the pool paint is peeling off because it was vandalized. It's got to be redone. Like vandals went in there, messed the whole thing up, and just for good measure, in addition to the pool, they went ahead and messed up some grass too. Like, did you see the picture of the contractor at Mar-a-Lago?
No, I didn't. Oh, you're talking about the guy who got the contract to do the pool?
Yes. Like,
If
Captain Oreo with a cigar, like, ha, see, I took all your money. Now I give you a cruddy product.
I know you're brand new onto this pro wrestling from the 80s and 90s train. Do you know who Paul Bearer is?
The guy who went with The Undertaker.
Yes. Looks,
I watched it in the 90s. I didn't watch it in the 80s because I was in the epic Soviet Union. Sorry about that.
It's not my fault you guys didn't have the real kind of freedom that only the Hulkster could bring around. And by that, I mean all...
Squirrel.
And by that, I mean all freedom eventually has ties to racism. But anyways, if you look, this guy looks like if you took the makeup off of Paul Bearer. Looks exactly like him.
That is actually the best description I've heard.
Hey, every once in a while I come through.
Like, he's out there just posing with that cigar. He just looks wild.
Dude, it's a comic book villain. Like, he couldn't be fatter and scummier looking if he tried. And not like a good, like, Bond villain. I mean, like, you remember Captain Planet? One of those villains, like, recycling's a scam, and it's more profitable to just throw things in the ocean.
Did you watch the new He-Man?
I have not watched it yet.
I don't remember the villains being as corny as they were in He-Man, but yeah, that's also on track. I think Captain Planet might have had better villains than He-Man.
Other than Skeletor and Beastman, everything else was pretty stupid.
I feel like, the Venn diagram on villains from both those might be just hot garbage in the center.
He-Man's definitely one of those things I've noticed where my dad would just stop and watch it for a second and go, what do you have to be on to think this up? And
right.
yeah. And 30 years later, I can answer that question. So
like when I was your age, I was smoking cigarettes in a coal mine.
like good. Then quit being such a jerk when you come home smelling like weed.
Yeah, get outside and crawl in that mine.
So I listened to Trump ask him about clearly it's vandalism and not just a terrible job by the worst comic book villain ever. And Trump claims that some vandal made a 290, 300-foot slit right on the middle of it, which still doesn't explain why other just random pieces are floating around, but again, using logic for an illogical situation. But the reporter also followed up with, how could this have been possible with all the National Guard you have on the mall? To which he completely blew the question off, went right back into Antifa and ruining this country with the Democrats. But also, right when this project got greenlit, Trump went on talking about the process they're going to do to reseal the reflecting pool and proclaimed it would be a 50-year solution. And specifically, the coating cannot under any circumstance be punctured with a knife. So again, don't worry about what I did say. Worry about what I'm saying.
Did you read what this liner actually was?
No, I didn't.
Have you even heard of a project called the Rhino Liner?
No. This is basically Linex.
The same stuff you use in truck beds. He's like, it's all this is a giant truck bed. We use these things as hot tubs in the South. Like, give me the contract. Like, fair enough.
But it's his pool. Like, do you think the Mar-a-Lago pools are just rhino linered? Just a bunch of rich people with torn up bottoms of their feet.
Again, this is a country bumpkin winning like the lottery. He's like, hell yeah! It's like I'm in this trailer park. It's like rhino liner my trailer, and like rhino liner my Ferrari. Like, you people just get money and you have no idea what to do with it.
That being said, I did one time almost buy a old mail Jeep from an auction because I was told we can just rhino liner the entire inside and just completely cut the roof off. And almost did it because as much as I'm learning over the past 43 years, I still have a little bit of that white trash in me.
Yeah, but I'm the one who does impulse buying, right?
6 foot duck.
The whole thing about like to wrap up on this chapter of the reflecting pool, like how do we not get a warranty? Like, how do you spend $14 million on a project and then it starts peeling and failing not even 2 weeks later? Like, and the guy who paid for it is like, it's not his fault. It was outside people who cut it up. Is like, no, it's 100% his fault. Like, the whole thing's falling apart and it's effing green. Like, no, we're just going to give him more money. Like, why? You do that when it's not your money.
Aren't they? I'm assuming a company like this has to be insured. Can't the government just sue the insurance company to have them pay for it?
Like construction, you get bonds, you get everything else like that. Oh, then again, we never had a bidding process for this one, but because we had to get it done. So this guy might not even have insurance. He's like, I don't know, man. He's like, all it is just clean pool, power wash pool, and a paint roller. It's like, what do I need insurance for? That's government overreach.
Well, you heard it here first, guys. The pools at Mar-a-Lago, terrible and filled with algae. Yeah. Only the best. Sticking stateside, the Senate approved a war powers resolution that already passed through the House today, calling for an end to the Iranian war. 4 Republicans joined all but 1 Democrat to pass the resolution 50-48. Any guess on who the lone pro-war Democrat was?
Yeah, Lancaster Shrek just walking around grunting like in a hoodie.
Such high hopes. I've never been more disappointed by a politician.
I mean, granted, at the same time, like, some of the reasoning they had behind it, they said, like, listen, if we vote for, like, the Republicans' whole thing was not like, we're all eunuchs and we just vote with Trump. They're like, well, if we vote to do this resolution, then he won't have the same negotiations down there in Switzerland right now because the Iranians will say that we're not allowed to be there and we have to leave and less yada, like a bunch of mental gymnastics. And another thing is, like, this whole vote is pointless because apparently Trump has the power to veto it.
Yeah, no, and at the end of the day, none of it really matters. Trump and his placators will do whatever they want, unchecked, because they're too important for laws. And since somebody taught Grandpa about false flags recently, I'm guessing all it's going to cost us is a bunch of American lives to get right back into that war. I do think this is at least a little bit showing me a little hope that our system's not completely broken and might still work again one day. But yeah, F John Fetterman forever.
They're never signing a real agreement. Like, Israel's going to keep bombing Lebanon. Like, this thing, like, it's the Simpson thing. Like, how many days before the last accident? It's going to be like the last, like, how many days before Israel, like, bombed a bunch of school kids, like, and it's gonna keep going to zero.
Well, I did see one of their ministers of whatever they have over there go, yeah, unfortunately, I think it's almost time America has another 9/11, so they remember who their friends are over here. Which yeah, exactly. Tinfoil hat on. They're behind everything, and I don't understand how. So. We tend to dunk on Republicans a lot, me specifically, which I will never...
Is it essentially kind of like an abusive husband beating us up and then saying, only I can protect you?
Yeah, but this would be like if we constantly pay the husband to continuously do this. Like, it's not just like he comes home from a hard day of work and takes his day out on us. This is, we're the ones hard at work, and we come home, hand him cash, and as a thank you, he belts us in the face.
Can America as a country go to, like, therapy for Stockholm Syndrome?
I mean, maybe, but we'd have to let that country we can't talk about vet which psychiatrist we're going to make sure they're not anti-Semites.
Fair enough. It's just something I figured out, like, to find out who your friends are, we need to bomb you. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it makes sense to somebody richer than me.
But you guys aren't even hiding it anymore.
Yeah. So we do tend to dunk on Republicans a bunch, which I refuse to apologize for, and pointing out the enormous flaws in their Republican thought processes is kind of like taking a blue chew for your soul. However, every once in a while, a story pops up that reminds me that at the end of the day, we're all just pores, and it's only 200 billionaires running everything. Thomas Dans, have you ever heard this name?
No. Who is this man? Like, he's got 2 first names. Like, I don't like him already.
So Thomas Dans is the chairman for the U.S. Arctic Research Commission. And one of the stronger voices behind Trump's push to annex Greenland.
All right.
And he's also a Texas financier. So now you see how he got in.
So he clearly doesn't have a PhD. He just got put into the position.
Yeah, he's a lifelong Texan. So if anybody knows about Greenland, it's going to be this guy, right?
Yeah.
So he's a huge proponent for taking over that giant ice ball. So much so that the Danish authorities have outright accused him of helping run influence operations in an attempt to push the merge into Americanism. Which is a lot. But even like when a whole country's like, this is a bad guy who's doing this, you should take a little bit of notice. So I looked into this guy, right? Now, we've made our views of annexing countries pretty clear, but then Dan appealed to my inner trash bag. Quote, my view is that the United States could take all the seafood Greenland could produce, cut out the middleman, and keep it from China. And you could bring back all-you-can-eat shrimp at Red Lobster.
Does this kind of industry thinks all the shrimp gets shipped out to China, then comes back to us? And if we just take another country over, then the whole dynamic that private equity cut up Red Lobster for all their real estate is completely tossed out the window, and we can blame it on shrimp prices?
I mean, yeah, if you're half glass empty.
Or is he just is he relating to the 30% still in the Trump vote? He's like, what do these idiots understand? Like, endless buffets, dude. He's like, yeah, what do these monsters congregate? Like, used to be Red Lobster, like, nostalgia and fat kids. Like, run with it.
Yeah, so as you can imagine, full erection once I read that. I immediately dropped all my morals. I was like, oh no, maybe the Republicans are onto something with this one, guys.
That's how we get your phone calls to not be forwarded. That's the reason.
Well, he can still be a bit of a smooth brain. We might be able to use it later.
He's one of the good ones again. Take him off the list.
Yeah, and 100%. I was like, well, annexing another country who never did anything to us is bad. However, have you ever had shrimp scampi 10 at a time and they just keep coming? Is it worth it?
I mean, it's great, but again, the reason Red Lobster isn't around is because private equity just sold the F out of it and transferred all of their bad debt to it. It's not because of shrimp prices.
Well, I guess I'll be the patriot.
Well, I have the actual credibility to lead the U.S. Arctic Research Commission.
One, didn't know we had that. Two, I understand this is 100% just pandering to the dumbest amount of Americans, but I can't lie. I was like, well, hold on, let's read into this a little bit farther, shall we? And I'm kind of shocked because you've got a way worse shrimp addiction than I do.
Love me some shrimp, but did you say this guy's from Texas?
Yes.
So Texas oil tycoon is running the U.S. Arctic Commission? Like, you know it's only a matter of time before we drill, right?
Yeah, no. Luckily, we don't need laws or votes or anything to do it. We can just do whatever we want for the next couple of years.
Yeah. He's like, just spin your tires for a minute on Greenland, but after that, we're killing those baby seals.
Yeah, and anything except for those Epstein files again.
I like me some shrimp, I really do, but we're not getting it back because we invade Greenland. Like, it's not trickle down shrimp economy.
Yeah, that only works with scallop.
So,
do I get scallops tonight? I might.
It's your day, buddy. I think you got a couple of smooth sailing days up ahead.
Yeah, slowly but surely, my days are coming.
So I think we're going to keep this one under 50 minutes for once. And I'm Alex Midway, and I'm off to go do a bike race this weekend. So that's the reason we're not going to be around. And yeah, your boy's trying to get the hemoglobin A1C down. So I'll see you guys next week.
And I'm Eric Halsey.
Daddy, chill.
Later, Gators.